In this video, we're going to actually be watching the best Marvel Rivals player on console. He's been here on the first place many times, usually hovering between the first and the fifth spot. But right now, as of January 9th, 2025, he is the #1 spot. And yes, he was literally doing nothing for the entire first minute of the match, except for hitting that wall, waiting for someone to come to him, because he decided that it was best for him to play Black Panther just on the end part of the map. So this player is really built different. When you watch him play, it's quite amazing. As you can see here, he gets going, and once he gets going, he does really well, and he escapes certain death by just a fraction of a few HP. There he had 14 HP. He got out of there, and now he's going back in, and he's basically spawned camping here. So he basically gave them the entire first point. And as you see at the end, I'm not going to spoil it, but his stats don't reflect not playing. Like, he still does insanely well overall. So it's a very interesting strategy here to hide against, to not take damage and to kind of stalk his prey. Look at that. Like, he basically waits for their team to always engage, and then he just takes out their sniper, baited out their healing support ult, which is an amazing ult, and right here he uses this pillar just to hide for the person to come back out, and somehow he knows that the team is not going to peel for this Black Widow. You know, like, no one's coming to save her. He just destroys her again and takes her out. So really crazy stuff here. I'm not sure if how he's going to do here in this open space. Okay, he already has his ult, and he took out some people like that. He uses the teleportation rewind ability, I think the magic gives him. And yeah, just really interesting where he chooses to play in the certain parts of the map where no one can even see him walking around, right? And he just keeps going for the prey. And I think here he kind of bit off more than he can chew. He was 1v3ing. The team actually peeled for them. He probably initiated that a little bit too soon. So patience is everything, and waiting for the right opportune moment. So he also will be playing Psylocke in this video later on. But for now, let's see how he does on Black Panther. Yeah, he does a lot of waiting. He does a lot of solo play. Like, it doesn't seem like it even really matters what the rest of his team is doing. But once he sees there that I think he got shut down twice and he wasn't able to get much play, I'm not sure what the other factors are. Like, maybe, you know, the teammates do mean something. You know, like, there only is one healer, right? So I think it's only Luna Snow. And there are two healers, or tacticians. But there's one tank, and I think that's Thor. Okay, so let's see what happens here. He does a lot of work on Psylocke. So I think that is his most played character, and he's really good with this character. It's really interesting how and when he chooses to invis, and I like how he uses his dash as finishing moves a lot of the time. Alright, so their magic got him. He does do crazy holds here with Psylocke at the end. And if you notice, once he dies, he does the double dash into the invisible ability, to get that extra movement speed at the end. So 2 dashes around a corner here on the respawn, and making sure you have 1 dash so you can escape things like that Jeff ult, right? So just because they had that, they were able to. So here, I think what this player does, right, GSR 187, I think what they do a lot of the time, you'll notice, is they use the Psylocke ult just to bait out the support ult, because the support ult is that support ult, that Luna Snow support ult, is probably the best ult in the game. For whatever reason, that and Mantis's ult are really strong. There's a few strong ults, but especially Luna Snow's, it just kind of makes your team invincible usually for the most part. So the best thing probably see, once again, 2 dashes, like on a 45-degree angle, and then you just invis and you instantly basically get back to the fight, keep doing damage. And here, this was actually one of the few mistakes they made this game. They misdashed and they dashed into the corner. They got stuck and they died. So if they just dashed a little to the right and higher, they would have got that. So they got stuck and they died, but they're back again and they're farming this Hulk. So actually they don't even bother finishing off Hulk. They make him go back into banner mode so and the team can finish them off, and then he pressures the back line, essentially like taking the pressure off of the front line of his team, right? Using this teleport a lot. And it's interesting how even though they were in front of them, once using that Aviz at the right time does so much. It gives you so much mileage. I didn't realize that it was that good. I have to start using it kind of like a third dash. And once again, using the Psylocke ult, canceling the Psylocke ult just to get that support ult, right? The Luna Snow ult. And just going back to just basically fighting normally. And I like that. I do that too. I dash back and upwards and on a 45-degree angle or so that you can just get away, right? Like you poke, you attack, and that's how it goes. That was a really convenient Jeff healing orb. Pressuring the Luna Snow. Perfect. Getting the Luna Snow. And I feel like that's all of that was done just for that. And even though they died there, that was a success, you know? Their whole team was waiting for them, and the whole team attacked him. So, I mean, that's what it is when you're number one, right? Like for so many different days in a row that people just will target you, and that's what it is. And you just keep going, right? Like it doesn't matter. When they died, they don't really care. They're on the Adam Warlock though, which is good. And just like that, that's the safe dash back again, but this time just straight back to the health pack. You got to know where all your health packs are. And ooh, almost a double dash. That's crazy. They really weren't safe there, huh? Getting the Spider-Man down to a 3rd HP, getting the Luna Snow, and instantly just popping this and getting Luna Snow to just waste that ult. So a lot of times people would think like, oh, like, you know, they're not a good player or something, but they're actually doing what they're supposed to do, which is, you know, if you're looking at resource management, this player is baiting out the best resource in the game, which is the Luna Snow healing ult, meaning the rest of this person's team, their ults are free. Any ult that they do, that they get kills with, they can kill people with, if that makes sense. There's nothing to stop them really, right? So it's in that way, it's almost like he's playing a DPS, but he's also playing an assist, you know? Also, I would say early on, just taking out the Scarlet, what is it? What was it? The sniper, right? The Black Widow. That was a really good way in terms of like protecting their teammates, right? From getting one-shotted or easily killed and sniped. So it's really interesting. It's like identifying the threats and the most valuable resource. People that have the most valuable resources and characters that have the most valuable resources. So just kind of dashing away from Bucky is really interesting. I didn't think about that. It's almost like don't even fight him that if you don't have to. Spider-Man there. Okay, pretty low HP, so they're down again. And once again, see, 1 dash, 2 dashes, invis. Always the same respawn tactic. And then trying to get this Jeff here. Reloading, getting a different angle. Going invis so they can't see. And increasing movement speed, right? So you can get in there to DPS faster. See, perfect. Again, Luna Snow every single time, right? That time kind of just staying in the ult because it, you can't actually contest with it, which is crazy. You're almost getting the Bucky. That's crazy. I love how they use this pillar. They always use the pillars, right? I think this Jeff's going to get him. Or not. Yeah, Jeff ended up getting all his bubbles and then killing him. So, not much they can do there. But, you know, occupying the healer, so they have one less healer, occupying their backline was good as well. So, I mean, really amazing. They got a victory here. And if you look, 23 limbs. Even though they did nothing in the beginning of the fight, 23 limbs, got the most limbs in the game. Not the most final hits, but they did their job. And absolutely fantastic, amazing stuff.